Harry falling apart amidst legal and family troubles. Poor Duke has worn down and exhausted. Hello and a very warm welcome to LVT News. For about the first 3 decades of his life, Prince Harry was viewed as the most fun-loving member of the royal family, and he's also been known for quite a long time for his ability to work and play hard, and also thanks to years spent playing polo, rugby and soccer. Not to mention the time spent in military boot camp he has kept in good physical. So it's hardly any wonder then their friends were left shocked when Harry arrived at London's High Court last month looking like an absolute shell who he used to be, and he was there to fight Associated newspapers over allegations of phone hacking. Harry also, of course, ran straight into a photographer as he was making his way. Nobody had seen Harry in quite some time, so his appearance was pretty shocking. In fact, he looks closer to 50 than 40s. As a stud veteran royal insider, he has clearly worn down, haggard and exhausted. Friends don't have to look far when it comes to untangling how the once happy Harry's shocking transformation may have come about so suddenly, especially after what we can only describe as a week from hell. Harry has promised to make taking on the British media his life's work through a few ongoing battles against some deep-pocketed media conglomerates, but his current case against the Daily Mail publisher was recently dealt a pretty harsh blow. Private investigator Gavin Burrows, who signed a long witness statement back in 2021 on which Harry's accusations of illegal news gathering rely, retracted his story last week. Harry went into that courtroom looking fairly relaxed, but he came out a totally different man as an onlooker. You could tell it rocked him. Had Harry's tendency to overshare might have put his new life in the US with Meghan and their invisible kids, Archie and Lilibet, at risk. In his books Bear, Harry talked about that he used to do cocaine in the past, that he also took LSD, magic mushrooms, that he liked to smoke marijuana, and he even in ayahuasca, which is a plant-based psychedelic. All of these substances are banned on the federal level in the US, and last week it was revealed that the US think tank, the Oversight Project, has filed a Freedom of Information Act. They're wanting to figure out how Harry got a US visa with his self-proclaimed history of drug use. They're questioning whether or not Harry was properly vetted, and they say that there's a potential revocation of Prince Harry's visa for illicit substance abuse, but a source who was working for Harry was pretty quick to insist through the Telegraph that he told the truth in his USBS application. And this comes as Harry's book got a lot of backlash for revealing overly intimate details about the King and the Principles of Wales, and that has left his attendance at his father's coronation in doubt. There is so much pressure on Harry, mostly self-inflicted, and it's only a matter of time before he cracks. According to the insider, his oldest friends fear this is going to end in tears, and he won't have anyone left to pick up the pieces. Meanwhile, when it comes to the King's coronation, people are paying way too much attention to those traitors. I mean, whether or not they attend doesn't really matter. They just need to sit in some back row seats if they go, and if they don't attend, well, good, there are a lot of empty seats that people can put their jackets on in that case. See, Meghan and Harry are just trying to make waves because they believe that they can do that. The family will give in to their demands. That is how they operate after all. Now these royal experts shouldn't embellish reporting how the royal family is going to be affected if Meghan and Harry don't show up. Nobody really cares if anybody sees them up that day, or it is quite the dilemma, though they can't go and risk Netflix getting upset because now they are owned by Netflix after all, and whatever Netflix wants, they need to make sure Netflix can get it. So they're going to show up. They're going to be booed, or maybe they're going to sneak in through the back door, but the rest of the family, I'm sure, is going to ignore them or give them the cold shoulder. And after they are thoroughly checked for any recording devices, I'm guessing they're going to be seated pretty far away. They have to understand the whole thing is televised officially, so anything they produce later is going to be yesterday's news. It's not going to be exciting. The good thing about this though is we're hoping that Major Johnny will be assigned to this show, should make for some interesting viewing. Nobody wants to see these pieces of gutter trash at the coronation anyway, It would really cast a dark shadow over the whole event, and also don't they have their invisible son's birthday to plan? They got to get a cake. They have to rent a proper child to pretend to be Archie. They need some ice cream, some entertainment, and of course they have got to get some footage for Netflix, and then I'm sure they're going to upload some photos just as the king is being anointed, trying to steal his thunder. Let's also remember that in the Tom Bradley interview after the release of Spare, when he asked Harry if Harry planned to attend the coronation, he would not commit to going. He said some things need to happen first and the ball was in the family's court, and then we heard some vague references to demands that came from Harry and Meghan. King Charles invited them, so why is this such a big deal? They have to be the most narcissist and people on this planet. Do they really believe that such a big endeavor as his father's coronation allows for a late reply? Assuming they have not replied yet clearly. They just feel like they can respond whenever they want to, and then the plan and require it can take place around their presence. The two of them are a couple of spoiled brats. They just don't have any idea about how to act properly enough with them. The royal family doesn't have a thing to apologize for. There is a clear disagreement as to what happened before they left the UK and if they really feel like they were wronged. Alright, them don't show up to the coronation. It's not going to embarrass King Charles. It's going to embarrass the two of them for acting so disrespectful and so childish. The world doesn't revolve around them. End of story. I cannot wait until Prince William and Princess Catherine get the same amount of attention, because they actually deserve it for being so dedicated to the family and the ground. And as Meghan is reading all these stories about Will, won't they come? You know, she is just laughing. I'm not going to be surprised if they are going to be there, because Meghan just loves to surprise everybody, doesn't she? And she'll be happy that it's all over the media that they just showed up and they didn't let anybody know in advance. How else can the media and the tabloids and talk show hosts ask about their next story anyway? It is not going to draw out anything, though Harry is way past the point of no return and it doesn't matter whether he comes or not. In fact, the best thing for Harry to do right now would be just to disappear altogether. This story is so pathetic, so sad, and it just keeps going on and on. I wish Princess Anne would have a stern word with her brother and let him know those two need to be out. Enough is enough. Sometimes I think Princess Anne is the only one with any nerve. I hope the royal family can ignore those two traitors, though if they do show up to the coronation, I would love to see Mike Tyndall give Harry a good punch on the nose. He deserves it after the way they were so cruel to the late Queen. They abused her. They should not even be allowed to come. Now my prediction is that Harry is going to come, but I don't think Meghan will. She's going to come up with some excuse about why she couldn't make the trip, and I don't think Harry is going to stay very long. It's going to be similar to his brief appearance at his late grandfather's funeral. After all, it is artificial birthday. Meghan's got to stay at home so that she can appear that she really is his mother. This is going to be another stage party, though with her jailbird mother and another little boy they borrowed or rented or whatever. And what do you think about Harry and Meghan? Please tell me your opinion below in the comment section. If you think my video is useful, please remember to like and share it for anyone who loves it anytime you want, and please subscribe to LVT News channel to get more updates in the future. Thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely day and I'll be back to see you in the next